Barring any last-minute changes, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll witness another round of massive decampings into the All Progressive Congress. And the party that is going to lose members is the People's Democratic Party. All these are part of the campaigns that have started to shape the future of Nigeria. My name is Rimamnde Shawulu. This is the other side. In the next 2 weeks, 2 states of the Federation that have never voted for the All Progressive Congress or any other opposition party whatsoever, as far as governorship election is concerned, are going to turn the government houses of those states to the All Progressive Congress. The first is Taraba State in northeast Nigeria, a state that has voted consistently for the People's Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, it is the only state in northern Nigeria where the All Progressive Congress or any other opposition party whatsoever has not been able to win the governorship election. This time, the governor, Colonel Agbu Kefas, who, before he became governor, was the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in the state, is decamping into the All Progressive Congress. Already, most of the arrangements that are needed, including mobilization of people to join the governor in going to the All Progressive Congress, have been put in place. A committee made up of elected PDP officials in the state have been assigned the task of going around the state to convince stakeholders and the people of the state to join the governor in the All Progressive Congress. This, of course, will be the first time, therefore, that a non-PDP governor will be sitting on the seat of the government house in Jalingo, Taraba State. The second person who has also concluded arrangements to go into the All Progressive Congress is Peter Mbah of Enugu State. Of course, it has been an open secret that Peter Mbah has been working to go into the All Progressive Congress. It was said at the time that the governors of Delta and Akwa Ibom State were going into the APC that Peter Mbah was working on getting Labour Party members who had been elected into the National Assembly to join him in the PDP so that he will go into the APC with a large number of people. If that happens, only Governor Diridoye of Bayelsa State will be remaining in the People's Democratic Party. However, it is believed that even Governor Diridoye will, in no distant future, also go into the All Progressive Congress. And whenever he does that, the whole of the South-South would have become an APC region. And of course, if Peter Mbah also decides to go into the APC as we do know it, there will be no PDP governor still standing in the Southeast. It will only be the governor of Abia State, who is of the Labour Party, that will be remaining in the Labour Party. There is speculation that all the governors indeed had made arrangements with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the beginning of his tenure to all move into the All Progressive Congress. And so we are likely to have a situation where, for the first time in Nigeria's political history, we will have the whole of South-South and Southeast being controlled by a party that is not of the People's Democratic Party. And of course, in northern Nigeria, there are also speculations that the governor of Zamfara State, Lawal, is also on his way to the All Progressive Congress. And so by the end of the year, the only PDP governors that will remain might be Governor Fintri of Adamawa State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, and Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State. So in the whole of northern Nigeria, you have only 3 PDP governors. And in the south, it's very possible that the only PDP governors that might be remaining might be Adeleke of Osun State and Seyi Makinde of Oyo State. But whether these governors will be standing with the PDP or working for their kinsmen during the election is what is not yet certain. What is obvious is that the politics of emptying the opposition political parties has continued. And the question that people might want to ask is, where are governors, even governors that are on their second tenure, that have nothing to fear going into the APC rather than remaining in their parties, even in areas where it is obvious that the All Progressive Congress is unpopular, such as Delta State, Bayelsa, Rivers State, and Akwa Ibom State, where actually the APC generally may not stand a chance of winning the elections. Of course, the fate of Governor Sim Fubara is not yet certain. Whether he is going to stand with the PDP is questionable because his boss, the FCT minister and former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, has publicly declared that he is supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and is not going to support any candidate that emerges from the PDP. His support for that candidate, according to news reports, will be if those candidates will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Does this mean that the PDP has come to an end? Well, the views about what the fate of PDP is varied depending on who you are talking to. There are some that speculate that the PDP, or what is left of it, will reach an agreement with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the coming elections, and the president will allow the PDP who are supporting him to win some governorship elections and some National Assembly seats and even State House of Assembly seats, and that PDP will not die but will get revived after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has finished his tenure. Now, as to whether the elections will be impacted by these decampings that have taken place is not yet certain. What is obvious and what is known is that the fate of those first-time governors who have moved over to President Bola Tinubu's APC may become the fate of the AD governors who in 2003 decided to support their kinsman, President Olusegun Obasanjo. Immediately after President Olusegun Obasanjo was voted in as president, he did not bother about the AD governors who had supported him. Those AD governors simply lost their seats. That is why people like Segun Oshoba and co did only one term as governors. And of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the only governor who did not support President Olusegun Obasanjo, and he did survive. Whether the same scenario will play itself out is not yet known. It is also speculated that all these things are happening because there might not be a free and fair elections in 2027. Already there are threats from Lagos. The Road Transport Union has been threatening people that in 2027, they will not allow any person in Lagos to vote against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
ẹni tó bá ṣe ẹni mistake ní 2027 tó bá lọ sọ́gbà tẹ́ pé APC lẹ́bàá ṣe kí ni lẹ́bàá dìbò fún un àbẹ́ tó bá sọ fún òun ní gbọ́ àwọn náà ní ṣe kí ni àgbà.
The speculation is that the president is gathering all these gatekeepers so that with the support of the ANEC, whose chairman he is going to appoint, obviously a loyalist from whichever part of the country, he will just simply write the results of the elections, and that might be it. Whether this will be the scenario that will play itself out is not yet known. The other factor is the fact that as it is now, across in states like Taraba, states like Delta, Akwa Ibom, Enugu, and other states that have traditionally voted against the APC or any other opposition party, the fate of those governors that have decamped from the PDP might be in the scenario described earlier, namely that there might be no free and fair elections, so results will be written on their behalf. If there will be a free and fair elections in Enugu State, the APC does not stand the chance of defeating either the Labour Party or the PDP or the new coalition, as there are indications that those politicians from different groups might likely come together. And so this is the update that we have at the moment, that there's going to be another round of the campaigns from the PDP to the APC. Governor Agbu Kefas of Taraba State, Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State, and very possibly Governor Diri Doye of Bayelsa State. Of course, Governor Diri might not be bothered about what will happen because he's a second-term governor. If President Goodluck Jonathan decides to go ahead to contest the election, it will be interesting to see how Governor Diri Doye will go out in Bayelsa to campaign against President Goodluck Jonathan. Let me have your take. What do you think is happening? Will the people of those states who are complaining that their governors have not performed follow their governors into the APC? Or are we witnessing a situation where arguably the elections may be compromised? My name is Rimamnde Shawulu. This is the other side. Please don't forget to like our video, to share our videos, and if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to our channel.